Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some do's and don'ts when you're designing and building your dream walk-in pantry. Hi, I'm Melissa Diane. In the pantry that I'm going to share with you today, we designed and built this pantry about 3 years ago. So I've had 3 years to live with this pantry, and I'm going to share with you everything I love about it and a few things that I might do different if I was to do it again. I'm going to go ahead now and start with all of the do's, all of the things that I would do again if I was to design and build another pantry, and so give you some tips in that area. So first of all, I like the door. I like having a door on the pantry because that way if you're having a party or friends are over and you got all these dirty dishes, you can put them in there and you can close it up if you want to. So I do like having a door on the pantry. Here we are now. We're going to open up the door and we're going to go in. We go into the pantry here to the left. I would definitely do this again. These are all of my cookbooks. I'm going to kind of zoom out a little. There we go. You can see a little better. And I love having an area right here as we walk into the pantry where you can put all your cookbooks all the way down to the bottom. So now let's turn around to the right. And right as you come into the pantry, I would definitely do this again. I like having the coffee area right here. Like we have the little Keurig machine and then over here the Nespresso machine, because right under here, we're able to then have a drawer, you know, for all of your little pods and your cups and all your good stuff right here for those machines. This has been perfect right here. And then underneath it, the cabinet under here, or just a little area to throw away your little coffee pods and little garbage bags and everything. And then above this coffee area, having these coffee cups like this, y'all, and this little open area on both sides of that microwave is perfect because Jay can just run in here and grab his coffee cup and get his coffee, and it's in the pantry and it's not messing up the kitchen. So this has been a very good idea, and I definitely would do it again. Having this microwave inside the pantry, again, has turned out to be a wonderful, wonderful idea. Here on the counter, I like the fact that on this counter, I can leave out all of my appliances. So I've got the air fryer and the Instapot. A lot of times I have a blender here even. And then I have my mixer, and then over here the crock pot, my slow cooker. This has been fantastic because I don't have to worry about having to pick them up and lug them from underneath the cabinets. You know how you do a lot. So definitely, I would do this again. I would have a big enough counter to have all of my appliances. Now up here, you can see I have got some beautiful cabinets, and Jay did a great job designing all this, and he really encouraged me to put glass in these, and I didn't want to at first, but it was a perfect idea because I'm over here, I'm able to put all kinds of items that are like from my family. A lot of these are like from my, if you can get up close, you can see right up in here. These are, you know, some china pieces from my grandmom, and over here a punch bowl from my mom and grandmom, and able to have family items, which are neat. This section over here, when you walk straight in from the pantry door, what I like about this area is I usually put seasonal things up here. Dishes for like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm getting ready to put some July 4th items up there. And then way up here, I'm glad that I left some extra space above these cabinets before you get to the ceiling, because up here I can put, again, different seasonal items. Underneath this cabinet, I just have to show you, I would do this again. I definitely would put in these two drawers. Here, look, let me step back first. See, there's two big drawers, okay? And they're nice and deep. This is one of my favorites. It sounds silly, but look at this. I can put in here all of my foil, my baggies, my Ziplocs, my parchment paper, wax paper, you name it, it's all in here. You don't have to bend over, and you don't have to go hunting through cabinets, because y'all, these things get messy and they just fall all over if you don't have a good place for them. So this drawer has been great for that. And then the drawer on the bottom, oh my, in here I have flour and sugar and just, you know, all kinds of extra things that you don't have to crawl way back into the cabinet and find. You just got them in your drawer. These having big drawers has just been a lifesaver. I love it. And then these cabinets under here, these are all extra cabinets. I like having that corner cabinet over there. I'm able to put all types of things. Don't look too much, it's a little scary, but it's pretty organized. I use a lot of those extra spices and different things in there. And then let me go on around. Yes, yes, yes. Having a window. Now let me get up here and see if you can see the view. The sun's coming through a little funny, but you can kind of see my front yard there. But y'all, we have a lot of acres out here, and you can just see how pretty it is. And I love being able to look out this window when I'm in here doing dishes or something. So having this big window in the pantry has been a big plus. Having a sink in your pantry, and then over here a dishwasher. Again, I would do that again, definitely. Having all of that in your pantry has just been fantastic. So that has been, that was a good idea. I didn't know for sure if I would use it that much in here, but I definitely have. Now around over here, having all of these cabinets open like this, y'all, I didn't know if I would like it. I was afraid they would stay messy, but they don't. They stay all nice and neat. And this has been perfect to be able to have all of these open. You can get whatever you want to very, very quickly. I will tell you, I do like the fact, this again was another one of Jay's ideas, having this counter stick out a little bit. If you can see, when we get like this bottom counter here sticks out more than over here. So I'm able to use this ledge right here for all types of things. Like over here, I have a nut bar. Now, before our diet, this used to be my M&M bar, but it has turned into our nut bar, some breakfast items over here. And again, just everything at your fingertips. Definitely, I would do this again. Now we're going to walk back through the pantry, and I'm going to show you several things that I would do differently if I was to design and build another walk-in pantry, or maybe some things I might add. So first of all, I told you that I loved the door and I like having a door on the pantry. I do. However, if I could do this again and build a whole new pantry, I really think I might want to try to do one of those doors that slides. So instead of opening like this, because I keep it open a lot, but I keep it all the way open. I think, well, come on out. Excuse us. Hurry up. Come on out. Yes, the kids are helping. So what I would do is I would actually have one of those sliding doors. I think that would work really, really nice. I have a friend, Joy, and on her pantry, that's what she's got. So then you could just walk up and you could just slide that door. You could still have it pretty like this, but you could slide it and you wouldn't have to worry about, opening and closing it. Now, as we walk into the pantry, first of all, the kids are in here. Look at this. Ace and Heidi, they're staying high. They like to hang around while we're videoing. So over here on the left, what you're going to see, we already showed you these cookbooks. Now, the only thing that I would do different is that I would probably make it a little bit wider. You see right here, I would move this over to probably about here next to this light switch and just give a little more space, because believe it or not, your cookbooks will fill this up. So I would make that a little bit wider. Over here, when I look at where this microwave is, y'all, you know what I would do is, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have microwaves. I may have been the last one to ever see this, but they have microwaves that go in drawers, and I didn't know that when I was designing. I saw it, later on. And then when I saw it, I just didn't know if I would like, having my microwave in a drawer. But we went on a vacation, and Heather and I did, and we found a place and it had a microwave in a drawer. And I would love to have that in here because I'm so short, where I could open this up, the microwave could be in here, and then you close it. I think that would fit in this area. So in a couple of years, for a remodel, I might do that. But that's something to think about. If you're short like I am, instead of having that microwave up high, you might want to go ahead and put a microwave in a pull-out drawer. The other thing up here, when I look at this, I love this area. However, those top areas, you see I have like cups here and cups here. Then those areas up high, those 6 little cabinets up there, I would actually put doors on those. Jay can build anything, so I'll probably have him do that. Go ahead and close that off. I think I would get better use of that. Right now, I'll just put up their pretty knickknacks for different holidays. I think I'd like to be able to put more storage up there, so I would do that a little differently. Wouldn't do anything differently here with these cabinets. I love them, but up high, way up there, y'all, I would put a plug for electrical, where I could plug in something. And the reason is, if you look over here, now let me zoom in, this is Oliver. and he's a family favorite. And during the holidays, I like to plug him in, and I can't plug him in up there. There's no plug. But I like to put other pretty things up there at the holidays that would light up. So putting a plug up high, I think I would have done that, and that would have helped a little bit. Now over here, there's not much I would change over here, really, to be honest, except up high. You see these up high areas? Let me zoom out. You notice I don't have anything up there, maybe a few decorations. I can't get up there unless I get a really tall ladder. Right now I use this little guy, my short step ladder, and that will get me up to those levels, but not all the way up there. So a couple of things you can do. One is you could put right up here, let me try to, you can see that top, like right there, that row, you could put a rod along there, a metal rod, and you could get one of those ladders. They call them like a library ladder or something. And I was going to do that originally. It was in part of the original plans, and it just did not happen. So I still could do that if I wanted to. But I think what I'd like to do is just to put some cabinet doors up there, close that off, and then use that again for extra storage for like Christmas and holiday different types of dishes. But not anything else different. I like all of this. It turned out great. Now let me back up. The other thing that I would do differently if I was to build this again, I would make it wider. I would push this wall right here back or extend all of this out. I would make it slightly wider and then a little bit longer. So I had a little bit of a longer cabinet here. I usually have enough space, but still, I'd like to have a little bit of a longer cabinet here. Push that back some, because the ultimate dream would be to have here in the middle, right here, an island. So you could have a little more workspace and a little more storage space. But y'all, I have a lot of space now. I absolutely love it. You can see that it fits two big old German Shepherds just fine when they're laying here when I'm cooking. But those are just a few of the things that I would do different. One item I forgot, and I just have to tell you, and I'm not sure how to do it, so maybe you could tell me. But the only thing right here, y'all, on this wall, I wish I had a place where I could hang my aprons. I love to wear different aprons, and so I wish that maybe this cabinet was pushed back a little further, but somehow a way that I could put some hooks along in here, something simple. I know it's not anything really complicated, but I would like to have an area that I could put my aprons. If you're wanting to learn more about pantries and pantry design and what it's really like to go from the beginning of the process all the way to the end and some organizational tips, then check out some of those videos that are popping up, and I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.